Warning, use care when operating cars or dangerous machinery. Take with a good sense of humour. Listen at your own risk. You're listening to Podthings with Adam Carroll and Erica Miller. This is your brain on pod.
Hello and welcome to Podthings. I'm Adam Carroll.
And I'm Erica Miller, and we are having a very special episode today.
Yeah, with my brother, Landon Carroll, who's laughing at me right now. You didn't like that intro?
It's a new one.
So Landon's your older brother.
Yep.
And he lives in your small town that you grew up in, your hometown.
Yes.
Yeah. And Landon, okay, I was going to say Landon's your older brother, but we already covered that.
Yeah, a couple of times.
Yeah, well, it's one of those days. So you've never been on a podcast. You don't even know what a podcast is.
No, I'm very uncertain on what's going on here. Is this an interrogation or?
Yeah. This is going to be played in court. So you're not a technology person. What would you say? What's the most
no comment.
What's the most advanced technology you would say you know how to do? Like what's the most complicated thing?
Well, I would want to get into what I do professionally.
Right. No, I'm talking,
but you're not talking about that.
Well, I mean,
so yes, technology. I'm a mechanic. I play with computers, etc.
Well,
right now, okay. What you're talking about?
Well, no, I mean anything. I mean that counts. Like if you're screwing around with, I don't know, if you're like electronic stuff on machinery or whatever. But I'm just talking like as far as advanced technology. What's the most complicated thing you know how to do or like know how to use?
The most complicated, like my PS2 over there, or is that a little outdated? Or
what kind of cell phone do you have, Landon?
I have a Samsung Galaxy S3.
See, that's pretty advanced.
Yeah.
That's better than a lot of people.
That is about my advancement of today's society. Would be my Galaxy.
That's pretty good. That's not bad. Are you on any social media?
Not really.
I like how you rolled your eyes at me when I asked you that question.
I am not. I don't have a Facebook. I don't have any of this.
Yeah.
Right.
Facebook, Twitter,
whatever.
Instagram, Snapchat.
Whatever the
Kik.
kids are doing these days.
Oh my God, if Landon got Snapchat.
Oh, you would love Snapchat.
Do you know what Snapchat is?
No.
Because you take a lot of pictures on your phone.
I do.
Right? So you can.
Yes, I do.
Then it's you.
10 megapixel. Come on.
Do you know what that means?
Not necessarily, but top of the line.
Oh yeah.
No, I do take a lot of pictures, and I do support the chat now, I guess.
What does that mean?
Online guy.
What does that mean?
But,
Support the chat.
why are you both staring at me like that?
I don't know.
Because we're asking you a question.
I'm fascinated.
I don't know. Yeah.
So Snapchat, you explain what it is.
Snapchat is like you can download it for your phone. It's an app, and you create a username, and then you add friends, right? So what you do is you take a photo, and it can be a selfie or whatever, and you can draw on it and stuff or write words, and then you pick somebody and you send it to them, and it only shows up for 10 seconds. You can set how long you want that person to see it. So from 10 seconds at most.
When they open
After
it,
the 10 seconds.
then
it disappears.
It disappears from their phone.
And they can't see it again.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's so intrigued with this.
And then they've come up with this new thing too. It's called Snapchat Stories. And so you take like a little video or whatever. It can be like 30 seconds, I think. And it just stays on your account. So if people want to know about you or know what you're up to or whatever, it could be you mowing the lawn or something.
Yeah, it basically kind of becomes like Instagram.
But
you know what Instagram is, right?
Kind of.
It's it's Facebook, but only photos. You just post photos and people look at them.
But Snapchat's super popular because people snap pictures of them being goofy or
their junk. Or
yeah, there's the sexting part of it. But
you got to be careful with that though because people figured out how
You can, if you have the right kind of phone, or if your phone can do this, like you can take a photo of the.
Well, see, and it
like
also
a screenshot of the photo that they sent you.
If someone's, but I think Snapchat is designed. If someone takes a screenshot, it tells you that they took a screenshot.
Yeah.
But then what people are doing is actually taking pictures of their phone screen. It's not like it gets so elaborate. I'm like, people just they just need to calm down a little bit because that's excessive.
But Snapchat's fun. You'd probably like that.
Yeah, I'd be in on that maybe.
So.
Yeah, what did I have? Blip Me? Where you just keep sending each other. It's like walkie-talkie. It's an app. You just keep sending each other crap, right?
Blip Me.
Yeah,
you know what? You tried to get me to go on there.
Yeah, probably.
And I think I downloaded the app and I was like, what the hell is this? And I deleted it because nothing worked and it was crazy. It's like, it's basically voicemail. You just leave each other voicemail.
More or less. Keep going back and forth. Yeah.
The voicemail app.
Did that for a good week. Yeah.
Hey, see, you're spreading your social media wings.
It's right.
That's important.
Yeah, if I have social media wings. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, so, well, and then you like the computer games. Which would you still have? Do you still have games on your computer?
I still have Lords of the Realm 2.
Lords of the Realm 2. That had to come out like, that was probably like 98 or something.
94, I think. That
Whoa, that is
that
deep.
was the one that Adam and I used to argue over the computer when we were little.
Oh, it's still a good game. It actually is it's a solid game.
Okay, what is it? Explain what it is, because I'm not
it's
familiar
just like
with it.
It's a strategy game. Like you're running like a. It's like you got your castle and your.
I wanted
army.
Landon to explain.
Oh,
not
yeah,
you.
okay. All right.
Whatever.
It's medieval times, right? And you're trying to take over the world. Right?
Okay.
So yeah, exactly. You don't see, it's not a big battling, not a graphics game, obviously. Hence, made in '94.
Yeah.
It's a strategy game, and yeah, it is. It's interesting. Makes you use your thinker a little.
So who was better? Adam or you?
Well, obviously I was.
I don't know about that.
Is it just because you wrestled him away from the computer more often than not?
Yeah. No, I don't know. It wasn't really. I don't know who would win. Like, it's not really like.
Yeah,
that.
well, we
It's
could
more
never
game
play each
time.
other because we didn't have the internet. So
This is very true.
but yeah, you can play it online too. Well, probably not anymore, but I'd be curious to see if there's anyone still on there. Mike McDonald would be on there. That guy is a guy that I went to school with that played it. I think I saw him playing it a couple years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I wish some of those old 90s games were still around. Like, there's a website, and I forget what it's called, but you can go back and download old versions of stuff. It's Time Machine or something, or the Wayback Machine.
Oh yeah, the
or
Wayback
something.
Machine.
Nice.
And but like, let's face it, the Oregon Trail, that was super cool.
Oh yeah, there was like a trucking
Roller Coaster
game
Tycoon.
too. That was. Do you remember this? There was some kind of a trucking game that was kind of like the Oregon Trail kind of thing. It was like largely text based, and you were like delivering wheat across the country or something. Did you ever play that? I think it was in grade 5 or something.
Okay.
When they had that on the computer, it was a pretty sweet game.
Yeah.
Very fascinating. Landon, you're texting away on your phone.
Yeah, he's trying to download Snapchat right now.
We're gonna get on this.
Yeah.
No.
So and so now you've moved over to gaming on your phone or some shit. Let's get into this.
We were just talking about Lords of the Realm, right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of a. Right.
See, you need to get into World of Warcraft.
Maybe, but
there you go.
No, I don't.
No,
He would-
Oblivion.
He would
I don't
disappear
need to get
into
anything else because I take up too much of my day as it is on Kings of Empire.
Okay, so you got to explain what Kings of Empire is.
Well, one day,
It's like the beginning of a fairy tale.
pretty close.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, I was sitting on the throne. How ironic! And I went to free apps.
Okay.
And I saw Kings of Empire, right? Which is
and you're like, Kings of Empire sounds like Lords of the Realm.
Yeah, it actually the picture looked the same and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, I'm going to do this. And actually, at the time, I was wanting to get Lords of the Realm from you, and you were looking for it, but I never did find it. A guy from work gave it to me. But anyway, so I downloaded this app.
The guy from work.
Yeah, believe it or not,
That's
he had
hilarious.
It, burnt it, and he gave it to me. Anyway, and then I beat the game. So now here I am, right? And I download Kings of Empire. So it is a strategy game. It is exactly like Lords of the Realm.
Right.
It's
like turn-based.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, like you-
real time. No, it's not turn-based.
Okay, so it's
a
more like
real-time-
Age of Empires, if you've ever played that.
Maybe.
I think Age of Empires is similar, but it's not. Yeah, it's not turn-based. It just continues.
Yeah,
to go.
this never ends.
Okay.
And it's what's it tells you right on it when you start playing. There's over 100,000 people playing this or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of different servers, aka worlds.
Yeah.
So Yeah, and so there's however many players in the world, lots, right?
Yeah.
And
then so each server is its own world. Like all the servers are the same world, but there's just different people in each one.
Correct.
Okay, so it's not like you can't like go to like different worlds.
No,
they're not different. Okay,
you can make different accounts in different worlds, which many people do, and eventually the worlds actually merge.
Okay.
Believe it or not, once the activity slows down in the server.
Right. So how many people are on a server?
This is fascinating.
About how many people are on a server?
Oh, I don't know. 500.
Oh, really? So there's that many on one server
in one.
okay.
World. Yeah.
Okay.
And your goal is you want to grow as fast as you can, and you want to grow your army, right?
Yeah.
And this is because it's real time. It's going to take you 8 hours to make X amount of this troop, and whatever, right? So
yeah.
you want having to log on a couple times every day at minimum to keep everything rolling, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're building things, you're doing this, you're doing that, but the goal is for power, right? So, and I mean, this isn't there's not many kids on this game, I guess you'd say. Like you see people, and there's a world chat. You want to talk about social media.
Yeah.
People go on world chat. No, my kid got my phone and spent all my gems. And blah, 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 right?
So what is world chat? Is that part of the game?
It is.
Okay, so it's like a chat section of the game.
Yes, and it's a live chat with everyone in that world, in that server.
Okay.
So
right.
And then you have alliances in that server, right? Like so you are
okay. Now it's getting interesting here. You have alliances.
Yeah, well, it's a war game, right?
Yeah.
So if you're out on your own, like there's say it was just little me and my one little,
right.
I'm actually Landon of Manitoba. That is my.
That's so original.
Well, yeah.
So imaginative.
Yeah.
So this is sounding kind of like StarCraft, actually, just in like the way that it's all set up and everything. Like how long are these games? Like will you play in a game for like weeks, or does the game take a couple hours or something?
Well, I've been playing since a little before Christmas.
In the same game,
it never ends.
Oh, okay, so it just continues.
Yes, yeah, it is.
Holy shit.
It never ends.
Right.
And
so what happens when you're not there?
You better be moving your army to protect it. No, it's when you're not online.
Yeah.
What is going on? All the queues, everything that you've set to go. Meaning you want to make troops, right? It's going to take 8 hours. Well, you better get your ass back there in 8 hours to start recruiting more troops.
So this game, I can see how this game really takes up a good chunk of your life.
Yeah.
Then
it
for
could,
sure.
Actually.
It's like Lords of the Realm meets a Tamagotchi.
It is a time consuming deal. Like now, it doesn't have to be right. You can just log out. You're busy for a few days. You just log on once and go do your activity for your alliance. Long story, but
we got time.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know. It's we'll talk more about alliances, I guess. They're right. You want to team up, come together, and join your power. Right, so it's for security of each and every player in your alliance, right? Mm-hmm. And they have rankings and all the stats. This is a very stats game, right? It's a very good mind exercise because if you don't really care, you can just push buttons. But if you want to actually figure out how to excel on this game, there's a lot of math involved.
Yeah,
actually, and attack power and whatever. There's the whole bit there. Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
I could go on and on forever.
Let's take a step back, because what I'm interested in is that you can talk to other players through this game.
Okay, and so you've got a little crew of friends on there now, because your phone's constantly buzzing.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just fascinated by that.
It's so true.
It is very fascinating.
Didn't you say that this is how you got into social media, because you met people on the game?
You do meet a lot of people. Yeah.
See, you're thinking that. This is you're in regard to you being kind of behind in social media and stuff. This is really not being that far behind in social media. But I mean, I can just tell by your reaction to us talking about this that it's like super stigma or something. It's not. It's totally not anymore. Like maybe 5. like 5 years ago, this would people be like, what the fuck you mean you're talking to people online? Now it's
Yes.
like, that's people like,
I've had, my friends have told me like you were acting like a 16-year-old girl, man.
Right.
What are you talking about?
No.
You're on an online chat, right? Like,
Yeah.
like they're like, that's
no,
like,
but see, if you were just going into like a chat room and talking to people, that's a little bit weird. But it's when it's
Yeah,
connected to a
I think
game,
so.
it's like, well, you're playing video games virtually with people,
Right. Yeah,
and then
totally
it's
different.
like if you're in a room with people. And when the game is done or whatever, then you're sitting around talking, waiting for the next game.
You're
to start,
having beers.
or whatever.
You're having
so
beers,
it's
shooting the
that's
shit.
but I mean, I don't think you realize how common that actually is. That like most people on the internet do shit like that. It's
Right.
not as well in Portage, I guess it is, but it's not like to people who aren't on technology. It's confusing.
Right. Well, and I mean, and this starts like, okay, we're going to go back into Kings here for a second. And I
like that you call it Kings.
yeah, well, that's what it is, right? On the chat, it's KE, right? Kings of Empire.
Oh,
right?
Jesus.
Yeah, there's acronyms for everything I've learned. Regardless. Right. So yeah, I actually started my own alliance. This is going back about 3 months, something like that, right? I called it Sovereignty. Okay. Basically means royalty. I had to look that one up in the thesaurus, you betcha.
It's sovereignty.
Yeah.
By the
What
way.
did I say?
Sovereignty or something?
No, sovereignty.
Nice.
Maybe I pronounce
Okay.
it weird, but that's what it is. All right?
Okay.
Yeah. So I started this alliance, and so I'm trying to find security for my members. Right. I have I had Brian, a forklift operator from Wisconsin.
I like the little bios of everybody. Yeah, Brian. I want to see like if you like clicked on his character, like his thing, it would be like Brian, forklift operator, Wisconsin.
Right. Well, yeah, and then
Everyone has a factoid.
yeah, well, that's right. And well, then player XOXOXOX is actually Ali. And she runs a couple cell phone stores down in the States. Like she's a manager, I guess, or whatever, right? And she just does it as a stress relief. So anyway, okay, I had players underneath me, right?
Right. You're big shot.
Yeah, you betcha. I was the leader, right? So then, and now it's getting late in the server and it's going to merge. So basically, it makes sense to team up to put myself in some sort of security, right? Bring my members to the security. Now I love sovereignty, right? This was my alliance.
Sovereignty.
It's sovereignty.
He said sovereignty.
Okay.
Give him points for trying.
No,
He's
it's good.
trying.
It's good.
Okay.
It's good.
So either way, I ended up dissolving the alliance. I joined. Okay, there's Justice and Purple Dragon. Right, Purple Dragon is a wing alliance of justice.
Purple Dragon.
Yes, Purple Dragon. Sounds a little fruity, but anyway, it's not. I promise. Okay.
Okay, it's
As
badass.
of now, I'm a
It's
minister.
a dragon, so it's badass.
You're a minister.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So I gave up leadership. I had Brian. I had 3 people underneath me as ministers, which is like helps the leader, right? And then everyone else is players, generals, right? So I gave up everything, became a general in Purple Dragon, Purple Dragon is your wing alliance, right? So it's kind of the goal of being in Purple Dragon is to get into Justice, right? Justice is the top alliance of the server.
Okay.
So I ended up getting to know the guys that run Justice, right? And these are good guys. Like one guy's a French military police officer.
See, I'm fascinated that you know so much about these people. So I guess like
we'll get to that. Okay, there is now we
because
we
you're
end
just
up
like
getting
going over there, like talking to people and being like, "Hello, I am Landon of Manitoba."
Yeah, 28-year-old mechanic from Manitoba, Portage La Prairie.
Yeah.
You betcha. I introduce myself and learn about them. It's a great social media event.
Yeah, well, that's
Okay.
literally what
No.
social media is.
Okay.
You just happen to be doing social media inside a game,
Right.
But
Well,
that's what people do on
this is
regular,
where-
normal social media. Or
Right. And see, this is where it started. So I'm getting to know the leaders of Justice. There's 5 guys that run the Justice family, right? Which is Justice and all these wing alliances. Eventually, then I moved into Justice. Now I'm a minister of Justice, right? Like there's the leader, Kolarak, and he's from somewhere way over in England there or whatever, right? Regardless. And then there's the other 4 that run it. And then as well me, right? So I help run Justice, apparently. Okay. So now Justice's wing alliance is still where all my members were, right? And I'm trying to get them into Justice. So either way, I was given another account. Accounts take months to make, right? And somebody just
Why is that?
lost interest. Why was I given?
No, why does it take months to make an account?
Because
like you mean to make
can
a
literally
good
make
account?
Yeah, you can literally make
so
an account.
You have to like build up
you start
your.
off with one city and then you move on to 5 cities and
I
etc. The whole. So
I can't believe this all happens in a phone. That's the baffling part to me. I'm like, all of this is in a phone.
Yeah, you betcha. You betcha.
That's
in my second life of my phone. Yeah. So all my members in PD, I ended up getting the second account, which is like a decent account, 9 million rank, which would take you approximately, I don't know, 3-4 months to get that high, like playing daily lots.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so now I have a ranking account called Gabrielis. I don't know who Gabrielis once was, but it was his account. And then it was given to Frostman 45, which then was given to me.
45, okay.
And so now that account is Minister of Purple Dragon.
Okay.
So now all of us leaders,
so much
the ministers,
happening
actually
here.
there's a lot of politics.
This is like
there.
fucking House of Cards.
There is actually a lot of politics going on. But aside from the politics, that's just the chain of leadership. See, Rico is the leader of Purple Dragon, and then Amma, Steve, and myself are ministers. And the 4 of us actually have a minister. It's called a minister chat. So anything that actually goes on of any importance, we stay off the main chat. Okay, before I get into the chats, I guess we use Line app. Okay, this was my breakthrough to
social media.
Okay. There we go. Okay, Line app, which is basically it's like texting, without you can't see any of the personal information. You can't see their phone number. You don't
right.
know.
So it's just it's just an account.
Correct. And you can attach. You can put a bunch of shared moments, they call it, or whatever, right? Different different pictures, right? and then also your profile picture, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a war game, so my current profile picture is maybe me.
Is it actually a picture of you?
You betcha it is. And
doing what?
Doing I'm Mr. Photographer here. I'm sharing the editing skills here on many of these, but I'm actually it's a picture of me from like my collarbone up to with my shirt off, right? So it's just like a straight, and then I inverted it.
Oh,
so
geez.
You can't really tell it's me,
so
right?
You're like green.
I'm black, really. I'm black with these just glowing white eyes. It looks very scary. So war game, right?
Nice.
You're going for the intimidation. I might be holding a pipe.
Did you? Okay,
sure.
I gotta ask this. Did you take that picture specifically for that?
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's awesome. that makes it so much better.
The way I grew up, that's pretty gay, but I get it. Yeah.
Oh boy.
So that's my intimidation picture for King Vampire. Anyway, and that's on Lineup. That's my fate. That's my profile picture for Lineup, right? If they want to go into my profile and look, you're going to see pictures of me in Halo and etc. Right? I threw
Halo
up
is your
pictures.
dog. I should mention.
Yes. Halo is definitely my dog.
Okay, just throwing that out there. You can't just throw a name out there.
Me and Halo.
You got to keep in mind it's a public. People listen.
This is true.
Who don't know you.
Yeah, that's trouble. Okay, so Lineup, I guess. Yeah, really. So all these leaders that I'm talking to, right?
Yeah,
so
it's like the Illuminati of this game,
more or less. Like we are the
You're
top
the lizard people.
We're the top dogs here. Like So there is a justice leading, they call it, which is just the leaders of justice and the whole justice family, all of that, right? So that one would take priority over Purple Dragon Minister Chat, right? And then you have Purple Dragon Chat and you have Justice Chat, and that's for every member in there. So say we're going to war with another alliance, right? And we're going to start posting coordinates of all their cities. We're going to start their XYs, right? We're going to start posting any valuable information to the alliance. Now this ends up like Friday night, kind of ends up more of like a shit show, like of just people posting like random, posters and like whatever, making fun of each other, and it ends up to be a pretty good time. It's like a few people always logging on, loners like myself. So that is Lineup. Now my alliance sovereignty. Okay, before I came into Justice, You keep looking at me like that. You want me to talk about this, so I'm gonna a little bit. Okay?
I'm not pushing anything because I don't want him to like call me and be like, you got to cut that shit out.
Landon feels like I'm pushing him because I'm watching him, but I was really looking at him because he keep saying sovereignty.
Yeah, that's what I was reacting
to.
Sovereignty. There you go. Yeah,
there you
that's
go.
how I say it. Anyway,
no, it's not. We have it recorded.
Yeah, dude. Okay. Anyway, so Sovereignty. I went on World Chat and I'm trying to recruit players for Sovereignty, right? Before I joined the Justice, right? I'm trying to make my alliance
there's
bigger.
so many layers to this.
I know, it's like an onion.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
This game is
we could talk about this for 8 hours. I could play it for endless amounts of hours, but regardless, I went on World Chat trying to recruit players, and this player named Terry, okay, which is some guy from the States, a minister of the unknown. Okay.
Oh, so mysterious.
Different alliance. Yes. Called the Unknown. He wants to basically, he wants a co-alliance is what he wants. Right. He wants to bring our alliances together. Like I was ranked, I don't know, 15th alliance overall out of maybe 400, and they were like 11th, right? Like something like that. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we're a couple of like the lower alliances, and we basically, so now this, I didn't know about Line App prior to this. Actually, this was my introduction to Line App, and he wants me to talk to him and his leader at the time, Avelina. Okay. So we end up having we had through the game, we had this chat, right? Where we kind of figured it out more or less, right? She didn't have a clue what we were talking about because we had discussed it. She hadn't. And it ended up that Sovereignty and the Unknown were co-alliance. They wanted me to dissolve my alliance and bring everyone into it, right? Bring all my players over, and I wasn't willing to give up my alliance for this
fuck them.
little crappy alliance. Yeah, exactly. So, but they were, higher ranking than we were, and it just made sense, right, to join alliances. So I don't know. Sorry, guys. I don't really know where to go from there.
So we've met before, and you were taking photos very surreptitiously.
You might have to define that.
Secretly, you're like sneaking around.
Did you know what it means?
Yeah, a little bit. Okay, I got the point. All right.
Yeah, you're sneaking around, taking photos, and he doesn't notice. I notice. And this sort of caught me one time.
Well, you
off guard.
you were doing it today too.
I was a little bit,
and
because I guess we should say we're in Landon's house right now, which is probably why it's, I don't know, it's kind of, it'll sound different, but different environment than we usually record in. So it's
different environment than you're used to. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I should say we're in Landon's house, and so there's a lot of equipment set up on this tiny little coffee table right now. And I'm assuming you were taking pictures of that or something. I don't know. I saw you taking pictures.
I certainly was.
Again, surreptitiously.
And what are you doing with those pictures, Landon?
I am sending them off. You see,
Okay.
I'm keeping my documentation of my day and sharing it with another. How's that?
Okay. Documenting the day. Is that a normal thing to do? Like, I don't mean is that a normal thing? Is that common for you to do?
I don't normally.
I guess if something you don't record a podcast every day. I guess
that's very true.
That's
but
part of it probably.
In the same, I don't take pictures as often as I do now. Right? I'm a picture guy. I always took lots of pictures of my dog. I used to do certain things, right?
Yeah.
I normally.
Oh yeah. Every time I would see you, you'd like plug your phone into the TV and have a slideshow for everybody.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Usually of work I'm doing in the garage or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Which we can. Yeah, we're gonna need to talk about that eventually too. But yeah, continue.
So regardless, how this all revolved in, I guess. So I'm really presented with a question here. Is what I'm feeling. All right. Okay. So
See, okay, look at it this way, Landon. There may be people in your situation right now who are hesitant about doing this because they're going to be like, this is weird. But a lot of people are doing it, and you can encourage those people.
Okay, then on that note, I'm going to explain how 5 years ago, even right, to take a selfie, to go online to an online chat and talk to who knows who you're talking to, right?
Yeah,
was not acceptable. Like in my minds, right? Like that is a nerd or a gay thing to do. I hate to say it. Okay. Now here I find myself.
Yeah, well, times are changing.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's the world we're in now.
Yeah, I'm like, almost embarrassed to tell my friends about this though. But yes, the world is changing. Okay.
Yeah.
So regardless.
That literally, actually, you know what? That means that you're more technologically advanced than your friends are, which is frightening to me.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we'll take this as a good thing. But regardless, I don't know how to answer you. I know you're asking a question. Yes. Okay. I am talking to this chick every day on my phone and I'm sending her pictures and she's sending me pictures and it is weird. But I shouldn't say weird. It is too comfortable, which makes it very weird because I'm not used to this. No one out there can see me pointing at Adam while I'm saying this, but
you're very assertive right now.
I really want to know what you mean by it feels too comfortable and why that makes you feel uncomfortable.
I like it
because you don't.
That makes me feel weird because this is a computer nerd gay thing to do. Yet I'm doing it and I like it. Okay. So can someone explain that? Why? I don't know.
Well, because technology is so good now, and with the speed that you can send messages and pictures and everything, it's all real time. And it's the technology allows you to, it's as close as actually being in person as you can get, aside from like a video or whatever.
Yeah, but pretty much.
But it's all very real time, so it feels more personal.
Right. Well, and personal it certainly is.
Oh, see, you brought that up, not me. So that's
you walked me into.
Oh boy.
No, it's I don't know. It's very weird. It is a different ball game that I'm completely used to, obviously, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean to take that.
Erica just took a picture. You can.
I just got you at your own game, Landon.
Yeah, so we can.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah,
that's really good.
That is a good picture, and you can see that on podthings.ca. We'll put that picture up. No, it's good. No,
okay.
no, and
I'll
you know
send
what,
it to you, and you can send it to your friend.
Yeah, because I was actually gonna, get some sort of a picture of you because I think it's good for people to know what people look like. Just like if you're just listening, it's hard to to get a picture.
Yeah, it's nice that's my online phrase for you. Oh, it's good to put a face to.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you get the pictures of her, right?
Yeah. No.
I just want to put a face.
Okay, creep in the corner.
No. Honestly, yeah. I would never envision myself taking a selfie. Mm-hmm. And I mean, really, I'm only doing it to get the next good picture out of her.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But it's also important that I take a selfie.
I
don't know.
Okay, so what's the most number of retakes you've ever done on a selfie?
I don't even want to tell you that. That's bad.
So it's a lot. That's funny.
How many retakes on a selfie? I've been outside where it's in blinding light, so I can't see what I'm taking anyway, right? So I'll just take 30 pictures and delete 29 of them. It is horrible.
Yeah. Does your phone have a front camera? Yeah.
Yes. I can see it, but
so normally you can see it. But yeah, if you're in the light, you can't.
I would take, if I'm trying to take a picture of me and the dog, right? Yeah. Well, you're Mr. Photographer. You know how hard it is to get a dog to pose, right? Yeah. I might end up taking freaking 15 shots. It's ridiculous. And 10 minutes later, you got a picture holy. Anyway, selfies. I don't know about that.
All right. I think that's enough of that. I'll let you skate on that one.
Yeah, nice.
So I guess we'll get into you're a mechanic.
This is true.
So what is it actually called? What you do?
I'm actually a technician. See.
And because anytime it comes, right. So, whenever it comes up, because I always, if somebody asks me, I think my answer is usually heavy machinery. Yeah. I just say you work on heavy machinery type stuff.
Heavy equipment technician.
Right.
I'm a journeyman heavy equipment technician.
Right.
Now, what am I? I'm a mechanic.
Yeah.
But.
Is that if somebody calls you a mechanic, is that offensive?
No. And at home here, I'm a mechanic.
Right.
At work, I'm a technician.
Right, because you work on cars at home.
Well, I do, but it's not on what you're working on, it's how you fix them. And a mechanic actually repairs
Right.
something.
Okay.
And
I
a
see.
technician
you just get new parts and put them in.
replaces
Yeah.
parts. That is
Okay.
the
That
actual
makes sense.
definition of a technician.
There you go. We're learning something
is a
here.
parts changer. That's right. Probably the first thing you'd be learning. But
Yeah. Oh, I've learned a lot today.
Okay.
So what do you actually work on? Like what kind of stuff?
I'm actually at a John Deere dealer is what I
Okay.
am. I work on, now we're putting together combines, brand new ones from the factory, right? Not exactly genius work.
Right.
The
Well, I
genius
couldn't do
work
it.
will be, you could be shown easily, right? The
Okay.
genius work will be when it fails out in the field this
Right.
fall.
You got to drive out to somebody's field and
and
fix
look
the
through
combine.
13 miles of wiring. There's literally 13 miles on one of these now.
Nice.
You don't have to look through it all, but you have to be able to diagnose where the problem is and potentially end up playing with a controller or whatever, right? So
Yeah.
it is, that's now when just like the automotive industry, when I show up to an and I shouldn't say old, when I show up to a piece of equipment, rather it's a tractor, a combine, or swather, first thing I'm going to do is plug my laptop into it, right? The way it's gone. And they're almost steering that way, right? So the customer can't fix his own piece of equipment. He needs to call us to come out for $110 an hour to take a look at his tractor.
Right.
Right. So that's...
Well, can you buy the stuff that fits in there?
No.
I guess it's like you need to be
You
need to be
can't-
certifithe to have the software, right?
Correct. You need to be a licensed dealer.
Right.
And same with like the automotive is more of a generic industry. I have all the manuals for automotive, which somebody, and obviously not me, found online for me. Anyway, I'm just saying the automotive thing is a lot more generic. So they have generic things out there. It's accessible by the average consumer.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas like the John Deere world or any of the other stuff that isn't so mainstream, I guess you can't, you're calling the dealer, right?
Yeah.
The software isn't out there. So anyway, that's kind of how that's called job security is what that is, I suppose. But it's our job, like you think of mechanic, right? Greasy, dirty, sweating, doing this and that. There are those days. But just as often, there's days of you're sitting on a laptop all day. You're just trying to figure out what's going on with this. You drive for an hour and a half out to buttfuck nowhere, right? And there's, you're spend half the day diagnosing. Okay, here's the problem. We have to bring it back to the shop, replace some, controller or whatever, right? We don't have parts in stock anyway. So it ends up, I'm just saying it's not your typical mechanic job has changed dramatically over the last 10 years.
Right.
I've been there for 7. And I kind of went into this like the breakthrough time of now this is when technology is being introduced to farm equipment, right? Like, so, and in the last 10 years, well, John Deere is supposed to be the best and whatever. They're definitely the most expensive. So that must say something, right? But either way, it's become very, very diverse that way, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, you definitely don't fit the stereotype of like dirty, greasy mechanic because your hands are never like dirty and plumbers
I don't think you've seen him enough.
Yeah, there is definitely my days.
But I mean, like right now, he's pretty
you
put
look
together.
You look pretty put together. What do you got going on today? What are you doing?
I feel complimented.
Yeah, well, I'm just like
no. I feel insulted because what are you talking about all the other days?
I mean, it's just like clearly, like it's just obvious that you weren't like working on something until we got here.
Right. Yeah, no.
Well, what I'm saying is like plumbers, they're always in that shit all the time, right?
Yeah.
So their hands are constantly stained.
Yeah.
And yours are not stained. So
Right,
I'm just saying women prefer non-stained hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and actually, we all look like Barney walking around there. We all have these pretty purple gloves. Yeah, they're $20 a box. Our boss hates it because the company buys it. But when I walk onto the floor, I put on a pair of latex gloves.
Right.
Just before I even open a drawer of my toolbox, right? And we all do. And actually, being that we're $8 a minute is what we are on the floor at 100% efficiency. We won't get into efficiency and all this other crap, but we're $8 a minute in the eyes of our supervisors, right? We are potentially making them $8 a minute. So if we are, instead of walking to the bathroom to clean our hands, which may take 2 minutes,
right?
If we can throw off a 50-cent pair of gloves, we're laughing, right? Everyone's ahead. So they do support.
Interesting.
Wear your Barney gloves. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You should write dragon on them.
Purple dragon.
Yeah. Roll,
No,
roll up
that'll-
the sleeves to that one. Right?
Yeah, you'll have
That's-
to answer some questions, I think, after
That'll
that.
be that's like 30 seconds gone. So
Yeah.
you know,
It's not
break
worth
that
$4 to put dragon on your gloves.
Yeah, no doubt.
but good
No
times.
doubt. So overall, yeah, as a mechanic, it's not bad. It's really changed over the last 10 years, I would say, from what I'm told. I haven't been in the game that long, but you look at the older guys and why I was your age, right? The whole bit there.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
See, now I'm that guy. See, because I work in like more technology type stuff. So now I'm the old guy being like, in my day,
Oh, God.
we did it
Yeah.
this way. I
Landon,
am like that.
you should hear him rant. He rants.
I
He's
know.
already done like 2 on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm just always talking.
Oh, these
they don't.
kids.
They don't know. They don't learn the fundamentals. They're just learning the fancy shit.
And you know what? That is so true. Especially,
Yeah.
okay, right now we're building.
but I'm
we're-
sure every single generation is like that.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. But I mean, not even like. Okay, this is a good topic. I had a
Okay.
debate the other day.
Okay.
Where do you divide the generations? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is
Like, okay,
it's
so
tough.
now a kid coming out of high school right now, right?
Yeah.
Or the kids in high school, right? Picture the 9 to 12s, right?
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Are they a different generation than us?
Like,
See, I would say no.
yeah. I mean, there's
Like,
never.
Okay,
I think it depends on like, because a generation is going to be kind of different for everybody.
right.
Right.
But like, you know, just what do you classify a generation as?
Yeah.
Like, we are obviously in the same generation, all of us, right?
Yeah.
Yet there's 2 years difference between me and you. I don't know what there is between me and you. Regardless, right?
Yeah.
We're not the same age.
Yeah.
But so what do you say? A 5-year range is a generation?
Yeah,
A 10-year range?
I mean, I would say 10 years for sure would be considered a different generation, but just because I think because of how fast things change now. Because
Yeah,
to me,
okay.
like I
But like,
I graduated
but, okay.
5 years ago,
My neighbor across the street, right?
Yeah.
He's 10 years older than me.
right?
And he he grew up the same
Yeah.
place, nothing's different.
Right. See, I think it depends on how much things have changed in the generation. Because right now,
guess.
I graduated from college 5 years ago, and then now there's some guys at work coming in that have that just graduated this year, and to me, there's a huge difference there because we work in a field. We work in technology, like it's video editing and graphics and all that stuff, and that stuff changes really quickly. So I think the 5 years in that is a lot bigger of a difference than 5 years in something else, like something like woodworking or so. You know,
Yeah,
like how
yeah.
much does it change? Stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
Carpentry,
I think that makes a difference.
Okay.
What, woodworking isn't a term?
Well, carpentry would
Yeah,
be the trade.
Landon got you on that one.
What is
no,
woodworking not a field? You're working with wood. If you're a carpenter, you're working with wood. If you're a cabinet maker, if you're a finisher,
Yeah, but then that would be cabinetry.
right? But doesn't woodworking encompass the entire thing?
I don't think that term's used a whole lot anymore.
I don't think we should be working with wood.
Okay, let me just throw this out there. I have an idea,
Okay.
but first I wanna test Landon and see how he feels about things. How do you feel about tattoos and piercings, Landon?
Like, they can be pretty hot, sure. Now, do I have any? Not one.
You don't have a tattoo. You don't have
I
a
don't
piercing.
have a piercing. Never did. Never
Okay.
will. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't know. But
Yeah. If some girl was like, "You should get a tattoo," you'd
Yeah.
be like, "Okay."
Yeah, no, definitely not that guy. But the idea of putting something on my body permanently by choice, like I've got enough scars at work that it's going to look bad when I get old. Like, no, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's my thing is like I can't there's almost nothing on my walls because I can't decide on something. So how the hell am I going to decide on a tattoo? That's my thing.
You guys take this from a far too serious.
But no, okay, I guess
think.
Responsible
philosophically, I have no problem with tattoos and piercings.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on the same page as
Okay.
that. But now you want to try and put one on me?
No, I don't want
you
to
know
put a
what I mean?
tattoo on you.
Yeah, we're gonna tattoo you right now.
Yeah, I got my gun in the car. No, I was just gonna say, have you ever thought about getting an eyebrow piercing?
Where did you pull? Actually, where did you pull this? Did you tell her?
No.
Back when I was in junior, and I shouldn't say, late junior high, early high school.
Yeah.
I was I bugged my parents I wanted to get an eyebrow piercing.
Okay.
That was the thing at the time, right?
Well, I don't know. Dean Fast had one, and it looked pretty cool. But it was, it was. That was like
It was pretty popular. I guess that's kind of a 90s thing, right?
I would think so because it was the 90s.
Was it the 90s?
So it definitely.
It was probably the 2000s.
Well, no, it was.
Right?
I've always been a little behind. So
Okay, but if you got one, would you get the barbell
was-
or would you get the ring?
but if you get one, you can put whatever in there, right?
Yeah. But I mean, what would you start with?
The barbell.
The barbell? Okay,
Yeah,
good
that was
choice.
the idea. The
Good choice,
barbell
good
back
choice.
when was gonna
Like a neon colored one?
no.
Spikes?
Maybe. No. Back then that was big actually.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
spikes and the neon and the whatever, the whole bit.
Nice.
That's kind of like a rave culture thing now, right? Like that's
I don't see
rave
them
culture
very
is
much
like
anymore.
very 90s-esque, like in all ways. Like they wear like the super baggy pants and glow sticks and neon piercings and stuff. It's very yeah. Everything about rave culture is very 90s.
No, I just looked at Landon's face and I was like, it would if he has the real estate and it's
The real estate? You mean eyebrows?
no, I mean like
He certainly
he's got
has
that-
eyebrows.
You know how sometimes certain piercings do not look very good on some people, but you would be able to pull off an eyebrow piercing. You have that face that you would be able to pull it off, I think.
But I mean, now in today's age, that's kind of like out of style, is it not?
I don't think so. I think a lot of people still have piercings. Like,
Well, no, piercing, sure, but like the male eyebrow piercing.
oh
I don't
yeah,
know.
I still see a lot of people walking around with those.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Well, Adam and I are like,
I don't know. I don't
Okay,
know much about
okay,
it.
what about a nipple piercing? Would you get a nipple piercing?
maybe, but I don't really see the benefit to it.
It just looks cool. That's
Like
all.
as a guy, though.
yeah, it's
you want a
like
nipple
yeah. What
piercing?
up?
Well, I don't want one, but
Do
a
you
lot,
pierce-
a lot of people do.
I can handle the pain. That's what that says.
Okay. Can you pierce the right and the left? How's that work?
Yeah, well, you can, but generally,
you can do both.
generally, men typically tend to get just one pierced.
Really?
So, my
Nipple
tattooist
piercing.
had his Prince Albert pierced, aka his PA. So I don't even know if you want to know what that is, but I wouldn't recommend getting that one done.
Yeah.
So
I may not have the real estate for that. Is that what you're going with there?
no, I wasn't going there. I was just saying this is probably. I would say the eyebrow piercing or the nipple piercing is probably less painful
Yeah, I bet.
and less work to clean, etc.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that escalated.
Yeah.
Like he threw it out there.
You betcha. You betcha.
So
Don't question this. No. No. I don't know about piercings. I'm not like and again, that's not a permanent thing. You can get a piercing and take it out later, and you're not binded to this for the rest of your life like a tattoo, right?
yeah.
But just never got there. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you might have like a little scar or something, but most of them are not really noticeable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd heal up. Maybe not the PA.
Yeah.
You might be living with that one for a while. But yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there and see how you felt about the piercing game.
Yeah.
Piercing tat game.
So I guess I'll turn around then. We've been berating you with things. Do you have any questions for us? Maybe about technology or I don't know.
Your turn to interrogate.
Yeah.
Why is Bill's Sticky Fingers so popular?
There you go. You can
Tell me this. You
yeah,
guys are all
okay.
talking
So
about
so
Bill's
yeah,
Sticky
I think
Fingers
most of
and
the
Winnipegans.
we have a lot of Winnipeg
Wait,
people.
what did you call us? Winnipegans?
Winnipegans.
Winnipegans. I like that better than Winnipegger.
I don't know how I feel about Winnipegan, but okay.
Winnipegan?
Yeah.
Like a pet.
Like a pagan?
Yeah.
Like a paganist
You
or a
can win
pilgrim?
you can win a pagan.
All right.
I won two. I don't know if I like it.
Now I get it. The two Portage boys are ganging up on the Winnipeg
Yeah.
girl. I understand. Okay.
Well, I'm a Winnipegger now. I would say I've lived there for like 8 years or something.
Yeah, you're still not a Winnipegger.
All right,
Give it another
fine.
10. Give
Yeah.
it another 10, and then
Okay.
maybe.
Okay, no, this is what I want to discuss. What is the difference between a Winnipegger? Why is he not a Winnipegger yet? He has been cityanized,
Cityanized.
right?
Yeah.
I make up my own language to describe things, and he has, right?
Okay.
So why is he not a Winnipegger yet?
Yeah. Why am I not a Winnipegger?
Because you were born and bred in Portage. You're still
No, I know, but I think
you're still Portage blood, man.
When I
Betcha.
first moved
Portage
there,
stock.
when I first moved to Winnipeg, I definitely was not a Winnipegger because there was like all these things that people would talk about, like, oh, we're going to go to this place. I'm like, what is that? And they're like, what do you mean, what is that? We've known about this our entire lives. Things like that doesn't really happen much anymore. So I think that, I mean, once I've kind of like learned all these little things, like I'd never heard of Falcon Lake before I moved to Winnipeg.
That's so weird.
Everyone,
Right, what's Falcon Lake?
Falcon Lake is just like
It's the
it would
white
be
shell.
like how it would.
Everybody
it's like
goes
people
down
here
there.
who talk about
okay.
like Spruce Woods or something. Like
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
people
okay.
have, or even like Delta, where people have cabins and stuff out there, and it's
Yeah.
common.
Yeah.
But I'd never heard of it because no one from here goes there. I mean, maybe some people do. I've never heard about
Yeah,
it.
okay.
So fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're just. You will be in 10 years.
Why in 10 years? What's going to change?
Okay,
in that
so
time?
he's familiar
'Cause-
with the Winnipeg events, right? He's been there a while, like, you know, right? What's hindering the being a Winnipegan?
Yeah.
Winnipeg.
Yeah. What do I have to do to become?
You just have to live here longer. I just don't think that I can give it to you with 8 years.
8 years is a long ass
I think
time.
I can give it to you maybe in 2. Okay,
That's
I'll reduce
that's like
it.
almost
and say
that's
2.
almost a third of my life.
Yeah. I'll give it to you in 2.
In 2.
In 2. There you go. I will give you a plaque that says Adam Carroll, Winnipegan.
Yes.
I'll get it engraved. I'll have Landon there. We'll get dressed up in suits.
Landon can notarize it.
Yeah, Landon will be the witness.
Yeah.
And he'll cry. He'll be like, "It's Winnipegan now. It's so beautiful."
But what do you think really, what's going to change in the next however many years?
I don't know. I have no idea. I just think that I think 10 years is a good amount of time. It's like if I moved to Toronto and I lived there for 5 years, I wouldn't be like, I'm a Torontonian.
Sure you are.
No.
I
don't think you can learn.
I think it really depends. If you can kind of adapt to the spirit of the city, like if you can talk
spirit of
like
the city.
like if like in Winnipeg,
Do you know what
it's
our-
like
do you know what our
people
slogan
complain
is?
about roads and all that kind of shit.
Do you know what the spirit? Do you know what
What?
the slogan for Winnipeg is?
Oh, heart of the continent.
Yes. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I might. That's a point in your corner.
Of course, I
about
know
the,
that. You know why I know that is because here is what even makes me a Winnipegger.
Can you say it in French?
No, fuck the French.
Yeah.
That also makes me a Winnipegger.
You know what? And then it keeps you in Portage too, though,
Yeah.
by saying fuck the
No,
French.
I'm just kidding. I don't.
Yeah, no hatred, but no desire to learn French.
Well, that was
Right.
ruined by school.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to throw it out there. In French, it's au cours de continent.
Okay.
Au cours de continent.
See,
All right.
There you go. Anyway, you win a point for knowing that.
And why I know that is because it was like outrage towards the city, which also makes me even more of a Winnipegger because I know that they spent like $40,000 on those new signs where it's a shitty photo. Like I have better photos than the ones that are on the sign. And like, I was trying to figure this out. I'm like, what is there, like maybe 10 of these signs around the city that say welcome to Winnipeg, heart of the continent.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how does this cost $40,000? How much did they pay for that, the rights for that photo? And like these signs don't cost that much. Like it's, a couple $100 a pop and like a guy to go put them up. But
Right.
what's going on there?
Did you figure that out though?
No, I have no idea. But that's, so there you go. Take that.
Whatever. We'll have to agree to disagree on that
All right,
one.
we will.
Okay. So Adam is not a Winnipegger, but he's close.
Close. He's getting there. 2 more years.
I bike in the city. I'm involved with things.
Okay, hipster. Geez, take it
Hipster.
easy.
Yeah. I'm involved.
I like
bike in
specialty
the city. I'm
coffee and I bike around.
I like good
Did you have
coffee.
any idea that your brother was such a hipster? Do you know what a hipster is, Landon?
No.
All right, that's another day.
Yeah.
But all right, well, any other questions you have for Winnipeggans? An almost Winnipegan and a Winnipegan.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand.
Oh, here's a
your
question.
Winnipegness.
Would you ever move to Winnipeg or any bigger city? Because right now, like Portage La Prairie, for people who don't know, it's about 15,000 people
Yeah,
here.
no,
Or is
14.
it 14? All right, well, somewhere in there. I think
Landon's like
and
1,000
it-
people
and
left and died in the
Yeah.
last year.
Honestly, it doesn't grow. There-
no, it hasn't grown because
it-
it used to be the same size as Brandon, like in the
Yeah,
I don't know, way
when
back.
Brandon was 14,000 people, and now Brandon is, 70,000?
something like that. Yeah,
So that's how much we've grown,
yeah.
or the lack of.
So, but yeah, would you move to a bigger city?
I mean, by all means, yes.
I just asked you if you would move to Winnipeg like 2 weeks ago, and you were like, "What's in Winnipeg?
Well, yeah.
Why would I do that?"
Well, see, you need a reason.
Right now, that's what I was getting at. I have no reason to move to Winnipeg. So
Other
would
than
I
that,
move to Winnipeg?
your two favorite Winnipegans
Yeah.
are there, and we have beer.
And we have beer. Yeah. True. But no, unless that's not in the cards, or haven't really thought about.
Right.
But to any big city, again, everyone goes to work for money. If there was like a ridiculously high paying job somewhere, or whatever, if there was good reason, I have nothing against the city. I am kind of set in my small town country boy ways.
Yeah, see, that's I don't know. After leaving and being gone, like even after I was gone a couple years, I'm like, I could never live here again. Like, I don't mind coming here and stuff, but I'm just like, I would go insane if I lived here again.
Really?
Yeah. Like, maybe, like, I mean, it would be good. Like, once you're like older, like, I would say, I would think, like, by the time I'm 40, I would probably be okay with living here. But well, and it's also what I do. There's no work here either. Right. Like,
but see, on the practical end, what about just on the social end? That's more why you wouldn't want to come back here.
That's part of it. I mean, a lot of people leave.
Right.
So,
well, yeah, they certainly do. But I mean, now,
but
you experience you have the population in Winnipeg, right? So you have more things to do. You have more people to interact with, right?
Yeah.
So how, that's more why you wouldn't come back? Is that what you're kind of getting at?
Yeah.
More or less.
I'm just like, well, and it's just still, everything is it's such a typical small town, like where, everybody kind of knows everybody, and there's
no kidding.
Yeah, and just like I'm sure there's a ton of like gossip and it's all cliquey and the whole deal. I'm just like, I can't deal with that. I'm just like,
That's all I know.
Yeah. But once you get out, see, that's what I always tell people. I'm like, I think if you're going to live in Portage, like if you're planning on staying here, I would say at least move to Winnipeg for a year. Just check it out. Right. Like, I mean, like you already have a house here and everything like that. But like, I mean, if you're like just graduating from high school, like go for a year and just try it out. Feel free to come back. Yeah. But I think that's a lot of people will go to university and they never come back because they're just like, why would I go back?
Right.
But
no kidding. But just to go somewhere, to go somewhere where to go to a city, period. Right. And then come back to your little small town ways. But I mean, in the same, if I couldn't walk out of my house and go have a fire in my backyard or go start up a dirt bike,
right?
I'm feeling out of place anyway. Not legally, you can't have a fire in Winnipeg.
Yeah. We have a fire pit in my backyard.
Can you really?
Yeah, you can have a fire.
It just has to be. It's the same as here. It just has to be a certain distance from everything. Yeah.
Well, no, I guess I'm talking about the rural regulations.
Yeah. See, I mean, there's also that too. I mean, you could always, if you wanted to, you could have the best of both worlds. Like you could get a house, out of the city. Like there's a lot of small towns that are, 15 minutes outside of the city. Mm-hmm. Buy a house there real cheap and then drive into the city for work. And then you got the whole country.
Go live in St. Norbert. It's a small town, but it's close enough to the city, and you can live out there and do your thing and whatever.
Yeah. There's options. That's all I'm saying.
Makes sense. I don't see myself going anywhere anytime soon, but
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you have a house and all that shit, and job and whatever. Yeah. All that crap,
all that jazz. See, actually, in the cards, well, again, Portage has little opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Now but mainly trades jobs, right?
Yeah.
For if you're a tradesman, doesn't matter if you're a carpenter, electrician, mechanic, whatever you are, right? There's a job for you in Portage. Yeah. Now, where do these guys all get paid extremely well? Alberta. And that is in the cards. I want to, especially now that I am single. Right. I'm kind of really debating. I wouldn't be selling my house. I wouldn't be relocating. I would be going
you just
out,
go work there for a while.
In camps or in their motels that they put you up in, right? And just go at her. Like it's quite the lifestyle, I understand. So I don't know. That would be a taste of adventure, something different anyway. Wander off to Alberta. Be Alberta bound.
There we go. So I guess you've just been petting the dog.
I have been petting the dog.
They're all about Halo.
She heaved a big sigh when I was petting her, giving her a good rub. So she was like, so you can tell she likes the Likes the cuddles.
Yeah.
She's a big cuddly,
She's a
sucky baby. She's adorable though.
So
What kind of dog is that?
it's a German Shepherd Rottie Mastiff cross.
Whoa, geez, that's a lot.
The mother's a Mastiff Rottie, and the father was purebred German Shepherd. So it's not a small dog, not a ginormous one either.
No, it's your average size.
But it's a suck. She is a suck. I call her he most of the time because she likes doing he type things. You know, rolling around in the grass.
You got yourself a lesbian dog over there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. That way she hasn't had much interaction. She doesn't know what she is yet. Daddy's been keeping guard.
All right. Well, I guess we should wrap this up then.
It's been fun.
Yeah. Has it really? Are you? Is that just something you're saying, or
No, like I'm not ready to be done yet.
Oh yeah. Well, we will gladly come back another time and do this again. I have a feeling this is going to be a popular episode.
Well, thanks for coming on, Landon. That was a good time.
Yeah. And I guess that's it.
Till next time.
Yeah. If you guys ever want to make a fool of me again,
Yeah.
come on by.
Always.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm Adam Carroll.
I'm Erica Miller.
I'm Landon Carroll.
Podthings.
Want more? Subscribe on iTunes and YouTube. Find us at facebook.com/podthings and follow us on Twitter @podthings. For links to everything we talked about and more, visit podthings.ca.